everybody, it's Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I've already put on some face makeup, I've got some primer on my eyes, and I've done my brows. I want to focus on a shadow look that I'm just going to play with today. And I also went back and looked at some old videos that I made last winter and last fall, some mixing that I'd done that I was like, ooh, I gotta try that again, because I just like, ooh, that's really pretty. So I'm gonna try to remake. I already know that even though I've got makeup on, I'm gonna probably have to clean up some mess from the shimmer and redo it, but that's fine. I prefer to come on here with a little bit of makeup on my face instead of barefaced, because sometimes I'll go back and look at my videos without any makeup on at all, and I'm like, why do I keep doing that to myself? I'm gonna pull up some buxom here. This is called White Russian, and I just love it. It feels good on the lips, and it doesn't have any pigment, hardly any pigment at all, but it just feels so good just to give my lips a little boost there. I'm gonna start out with this Naked palette. I've only used it a couple times. I really enjoy it, and I've been excited to go back in and use it again. I'm really on a shimmer kick these days. I'm really enjoying the whole shimmer thing. So I'm gonna do things slightly differently than I normally do. I'm gonna go in this shade here. This is called Double Kick, and it looks like a neutral shade, and it is, but it has a little bit of shimmer to it. So I don't want to put it all over my eye. I'm just going to put it on my eyelid and just as a little bit of a base and work with that to start. This is a really nice palette. I was able to pick it up for half price. I was so excited because I really do like Urban Decay. Urban Decay is a really good high-end brand, so if I can get it when it's affordable, I'm all over it. So okay, I'm going to start here with this, and I also love this palette because it doesn't have a ton of fallout for the shimmer. It has a little bit on the more heavy metal, more foily shades, but there's not a lot of cleanup, and I really appreciate that. So I'm just going to keep. When it comes to this palette, I like to really go for it. I'm not being conservative. Of course, I'm not conservative for someone like me who's typically quite conservative. So anyway, all right, so let's see. Okay, so that is a lovely start to the eye look. I just feel like I want to warm up my face with a little bit of bronzer right now. It makes me feel better when I have bronzer on. I will link the products that I have on my face in the description box. I'm going to start trying to attach actual links. They're not affiliate links. They're just easier to get to so you can see what I used. And I think I learned that from another YouTuber I started following recently. She links everything so that you can just click on that bad boy, go right to it and pick it up if you want to. You know, it's just very clean and tidy and neat and professional. I thought it was a great idea. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go in, again, this isn't like my typical shade that I would use. This shade here is Spike Stud, and I know it's probably a little more cool toned than what I'm used to, but I'm going to use it anyway because I think it's very pretty. Oh, and this is a BS Mall flat eyeshadow brush, and it's very nice for picking up shimmers. And still not seeing a lot of fallout, so that's a bonus. Let me go over here. So the weather today is absolutely freaking fantastic. We took our dogs. We live very close to the water. We live across the street from a marina, but there's water and there's marinas all over the place where I live. So we took our dogs for a walk and we got ice cream, and it was just a really nice, you know, late morning, early afternoon stroll with the dogs, and really enjoyed that with my son and my daughter-in-law. Did you guys know, didn't even realize this, but Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. I don't know why, I forget about it. I don't know why. Is that weird? I don't know why. I don't think much about it as it approaches. And if I didn't see Mother's Day cards in grocery stores and things like that, I probably would have to somehow make myself remember. But my son, every year, he sends me, what's this, 2-pack? You know who I'm talking about, right? 2-pack. I've never been a big fan of rap by any stretch of the imagination. However, 2-pack has a song that he wrote for his mom. I think it's called Dear Mama. Anyway, my son sends that to me every year. Okay, I was getting a little verklempt there. I was getting verklempt. I hope you were talking amongst yourselves, because anyway, he sends that to me every year. Okay, so I have piled on the spike stud, and I like it. It's cool toned, but I like it. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just see what I can do with this shade here. This is called Shred, and I have no idea exactly what I think I'm going to do, but whatever it is, it's just gonna be fun. I'm gonna put it like right here in the outer corner. I enjoy shimmer. I enjoy shimmer in the right place. I don't like it all over my face, and I don't particularly like it in my crease. I like it on my lid. If I can keep it where if I can keep it where I mean to place it, then I'm doing really well. Yeah, that's going on really nicely. This is a nice palette. It's not hard to use, it's not hard to place, and I appreciate that. Yep, I'm just gonna do it just like right like that. Because the blush combination that I'm gonna use today is really interesting. I found it on it, like I said, I was watching an old video and I found it and I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So this particular shadow combination I think is gonna look really nice with what I'm gonna use today. And of course it will be an e.l.f. Camo liquid blush, as well as the e.l.f. Halo Glow blush wand in the shade Radiant Berry. So I'm excited to do that again today. I've been taking my video footage, and of course I've got my full-length video out, and I've been creating a lot of short videos from them, and my short videos are getting a lot of traffic, but my longer videos are not. I don't know if that's, I mean, I'm not sure if I, you know, created a monster there or not, but I like to create the shorter videos and put them to some like 80s music, and they're just fun. It's fun to do that. I enjoy that. I think that other people are enjoying it too, depending on your attention span. I prefer a short video over a long video any day of the week, depending on what it is. Some people like longer videos. So this way you have a choice. You can watch the whole thing or you can watch it in pieces. So let's have a look and see what's going on there. Do I like it? Yes, I do. Just gives it a little bit. It's obviously it's very shimmery, but it's subtle. So there's a big pop going on there. I like the pop, even if it's subtle. Next thing I need to do is grab a transition shade. For that, I'm gonna go to my KAB Cosmetics palette, and the reason why is because this has really, it's this palette, it's an independent brand, but this palette has, the pigment is really good. It goes on really well and it doesn't fall. So this will just make it easier for me to transition over the top of some of that shimmer. I'm gonna go in here with the shade Sand, and I'm gonna use this Be a Small, this is, they call this a mini flame, or no, yeah, mini flame brush, and just grab it and go on in. Oh, I just really, I think my favorite thing so far with makeup since I've been doing these videos, I really enjoy eyeshadow and blush. That seems to be my favorite thing to do. You know, I like to spend a lot of time creating, using different eyeshadow looks and blush. It's just fun, you know, depending on where you want the emphasis. And one of my favorite things to do is the emphasis on my eyes. It's probably my best feature on my face, I'm thinking. So yes, this was a good choice. Still some shimmer hanging out there, but it's okay, it's not overwhelming. I like what I'm seeing. I'm liking it. I like what I see. I was going to try to take today and talk about my personal experience regarding, you know, being married to somebody who I believe is a clinical, like, absolutely textbook description of what I would consider. I am pussyfooting around my words. He's a narcissist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a mental health person, but he's a narcissist. He is a narcissist. I do not have to be a doctor. And anyway, the things that these people absolutely will just harm the soul and the spirit of another human being is just diabolical. And I'm seeing, it seems like I'm constantly seeing stuff about narcissistic abuse. I used to think a narcissist was somebody that just liked to admire themselves in the mirror. That's part of it, but narcissists are, they're dangerous people. And I was gonna talk about it a little bit today, and I started to, and I just couldn't do it because I don't want to drag it up again. It took a long time to get to a place where where I felt, you know, like I wasn't shredded. And so I don't really want to go there again right now. I might at some other time, but I will say this: if you are in a relationship with someone that you suspect is a narcissist, you probably have maybe, I'm telling you, I thought a narcissist was somebody that like to look in the mirror, and it wasn't until after I was hit by the narcissist freight train and Mack truck and nuclear bomb at the same time that I realized narcissists are a whole lot more than just conceited and vain. It's a lot worse than that. And so I just want to say, if you're suffering emotionally and mentally because of narcissistic abuse right now, I am sorry. And one of these days, maybe I'll be able to bring it up again. I can't seem to make myself do it. I started to stumble, I started to stutter, I started to just, because I could get right to the point. I could get right to the point about this and just be super brutal, but I've come a long way in the forgiveness process, and sometimes when I start to speak about it, you know, it's not the healthiest thing. So today's not the day. Yeah, they are interesting human beings, and they are dangerous, and they are harmful. And I will tell you, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything to deserve it. Anyway, I digress. Moving. Okay, for my liner, I think I'm gonna leave my eye look just like that. For my liner, I'm gonna go in with this shade here. It's called Cocoa, and I like it. It's a really great liner shade, and it doesn't make a mess. So that is a good choice for me today. I still don't know where my liner brushes went to. I have a couple of really good ones and I can't find them. Might get a little noisy here in a minute, you guys. If it does, I will just do a voiceover. Voiceovers are a real pain because you have to go back and watch your video and remember what you're doing and keep in cadence with what it is that you're doing, with what you're saying. So I prefer not to have to do that, but I'm not the only one in this house. Ooh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. This is really, really pretty. I do have a little shimmer on my face. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Don't really care that much about it right now. It's not bad. It's not making my under eyes look like a disaster. So that's the main thing, is when you get it under your eyes, especially like if you've got any kind of crepiness or anything going on underneath there, it can really mess up your makeup. But this is so pretty. I like this look. I haven't really, you know, YouTube beauty influencers. I've never ever thought of what I'm doing here in the sense of influencing anything. I just like makeup, and I like talking about makeup. I like putting it on. I like experimenting with it. I'm a junkie, and so it's almost like this is an outlet for me to talk about it, try it, experiment with it, share it with a community of people, even if it's just the internet, you know. And I've just found it to be just a really fun thing to do without trying to influence anybody about anything. So it's a creative outlet, and I'd like to grow it, and I like the community and the common theme of just the whole beauty thing, but keeping it real. Just keeping it real. I don't want it to be ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I shouldn't say it. You know what? I shouldn't have said that. I apologize for saying that. When I say ridiculous, I mean I just want to keep it real. If I find something that I think, ooh, you'll love this, I like to share it, but I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I like to share things that I think, oh, I bet, if I think that it will make somebody feel better, or they'll like it, or they'll feel pretty, or, those type of things. But I also like the conversation. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling right now, aren't I? So what I've done is I've taken this cocoa shade here, and I'm sort of bringing it up, and just sort of using the what's left on the brush, and just sort of putting it in my outer corner, and just bringing maybe a little bit of more drama there. So without making it big, I think I might even put some in here. Why not? Why not? never really have a plan. I have an idea, I'll have like a concept, but I don't usually, sorry about all this, there's a lot of reflection and some shadows going on here, you guys. That's because of my lighting, but it's the way it's gonna be for a while. But as long as you can see, I hope you can see okay. All right, I cleaned it up a little bit. I've still got some dark circles there, but that's okay. We're just gonna move on to mascara, and I am gonna go ahead and pick up this e.l.f. lash extender. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this and speed it up. You all know how to apply mascara. I love mascara. I wish I had invented mascara. What a genius invention it is. I'm going to pick up this e.l.f. Camo liquid blush in the shade Dusty Rose, and I'm gonna mix it with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand blush, and this is the shade Radiant Berry. I'm just gonna put like maybe, and I need to use these products. I mean, I buy them, test them out, and use them for my makeup videos, but then I get so much of these things sometimes that, and I don't wear makeup every day, and so I really want to use these up. This is a creamy type of blush. It's creamy and kind of shimmery. It's got a sponge applicator, as you can see. You probably are probably quite familiar with the e.l.f. Halo Glow by now. I'm definitely not the first person on YouTube to talk about it, but okay, there we go. Just want to make sure I get enough. There, it's got just a really nice, well, it's berry glow, I guess. And when I add a little bit of this Dusty Rose right there, I might have to play with it a little bit, but just adding a couple of drops. Can you hear the dogs? It's always very exciting around here. So I'm gonna see if I can recreate what it's not exactly the same. It's a little bit orange. When I had done it before, it was like this sort of this pretty bronze. It was a little more bronze than this. So I probably got too much of that Dusty Rose. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the Berry Radiant and see if I can perk that up a little bit. Okay, yeah. So that's really pretty. I love me some mixing. I found out I'm not the only one. We mixing junkies, we're everywhere. I'm gonna pick up this angled brush here from BS Mall and just plop some there and get started. See how it looks. Just feels a little more dry. Not like dry as in dry skin dry. It's just not as fluid because it has the creamy, more of that thick base from the e.l.f. Radiant Berry, which I still really like it. It's not a fail. I really like it. So far, I have been very happy with most of these mixings that I've been doing. Okay, I think that's good enough there. I think I'm gonna try to fix my hair. I'm gonna line my lips up with a little bit of this Essence Soft and Precise lip pencil. $2.99. Great lip pencil. I am going to use my NYX Butter Gloss here in the shade Marshmallow and put it sort of on the inner part of my lip. I like that. I feel like I need a little bit more of this, but without mixing it. So I'm just gonna add just a tiny little bit. Maybe right about there. It just feels like it's not quite what I'd like it to be. Loving the eye. Loving this. Loving it. That is really a good eye look. I'm super happy with that. Pretty okay with the blush. Love the lip. My face makeup I feel like is a little bit muddy, but not bad. As usual, thanks for watching.